Hey, how's it going, everybody? If you're new here, welcome in. And if you've been here before, welcome back. I'm Rollshambo, the connoisseur and collector of all things sharp and shiny. And I've got a box here today from my friends over at Midgards Messer USA. And it all came about like this. I got a text message from my buddy Mike, and he said, inbound. That was it. That's what he sent me. And you know what? I could have asked, Mike, what's in the box? But I decided not to because, well, I like surprises and it seems like you guys like unboxings. So today we're going to be unboxing it with the Devo Knives Nip, possibly one of my favorite box destroyers. And I've got it facing this way, guys, so that I don't reveal any of that important shipping information because, you know, we don't want to reveal anything too private. So great knife, this Devo Nip. If you want to check this out, I will go ahead and link it in the corner, but it's time. I gotta find out what's in this box. I've waited all day for this, all freaking day, and the anticipation is killing me. Okay, so first of all, this is different. Normally, I'm used to seeing some soft cases from Midgards Messer. This is a hard case. Kind of reminds me of the cases that you get with the Winter Blade Co. Mirage. The Winter Blade knives, they all have those. So this is new. I'm not opposed to it. I like these Pelican style cases. I think that they're pretty cool and they're very useful. You could throw them in your pack, whatever. Now, this could be several knives. What is it? Oh, okay. All right. So here's the deal, guys. This is a knife that I've been waiting for all freaking year. Oh yeah. Yes. Okay. So this is the Midgards Messer Little Berserker. Now, you may have watched my initial review on the regular Berserker, which is a huge knife. Now, that knife was so big, and I remember holding that knife and saying to myself, I bet that this knife would be so much more popular if it were a smaller size, because as much as I love that knife, I did get a lot of feedback where people said, hey, it's just more than I want to carry. And I don't blame them. It's like, 12 ounces, something like that. It's a big knife. It's a heavy knife. But the overall design was one that I really, really liked, and I still like. And I couldn't help but wonder, what if they made a smaller version? What would the people have to say, and what would it be like? Oh my goodness, take a look at this blade. Okay, so I know a little bit about this knife, just a little bit, because right after I checked out the Berserker, I reached out to Midgards Messer USA and I said, is there any chance that you might be planning on a smaller model? And they said, yeah, they have this one, the mini Berserker, the little Berserker. They had it in the works already all year long. And in that time, I've been waiting patiently as I can wait, because I'm not typically a patient person. And here it is, the Midgards Messer Little Berserker. Let's do a quick size comparison, because I gotta know. The handle for the regular Berserker is almost as big as the Little Berserker. That's crazy. So on top we have the full-size Berserker. On the bottom we have the Little Berserker. As you can see, quite a big difference. Now, I've actually carried the regular Berserker plenty of times. It's got a big old pocket clip. Yes, it's a chonky blade. It's a big knife. This is one of those knives where people who say, I need something bigger than 4 inches to scare off the local predators, this is what they carry, and I don't blame them. I didn't have any issue carrying that at all, but it goes without saying that the way that I would carry this is actually in a holster. Midgards Messer sells holsters for some of their bigger knives, including this one. And if I'm not mistaken, also this one. However, with that being said, I don't necessarily think that you need a holster for this one. It's got a pocket clip and it's an EDC size. let's check it out against something like a Spyderco Paramilitary 2. Yeah, much more carry friendly for the average Joe. That's fantastic. What are we working with here? We have titanium handle scales, and it's a two-tone titanium handle scale. We have this diamond-like pattern that's been minimized. It almost looks like knurling. It feels really good. And then it transitions into this reverse frag pattern. It's got a 3/4 length or almost full length titanium backspacer. It's got a titanium pocket clip, which is going to be the same texture as we see on the other half of these handle scales. And I'm assuming that this is T8 hardware. Is it T8? T8 on the pivot, T8 on the lock bar insert, T8 on the body screws.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. And they even hit it with the single-sided captive pivot. That's great. That is freaking great. This blade is made out of CPM D2, and I've said it once, I said a million times. It's not the same as regular D2, guys. CPM D2 is much better. Gets rid of a lot of the issues that you have with regular D2 and improves on a lot of the positive things that D2 has going for it. So I have no issue with CPM D2. We've got some aggressive jimping right up here, just like we did with the regular Berserker. So you can get a nice locked in grip. Saber style grip is going to be perfect. As far as a reverse style grip, it's pretty good. And man, that is a wicked blade. It is running on ceramic bearings. Action is so good. Let's see. Is it centered? Yes. Yes, that is perfectly centered. How's the lockout? Lockup and lockout is good. We're looking at about 30, maybe 40% lockout. That's pretty good. That's very, very solid. Nice. Nice. Mike, thank you so much for sending this my way. This is, in fact, what I've been waiting for. And, you know, I hate to say it because I absolutely love the full-size Berserker. I really do. I'm a huge fan of overbuilt massive knives. I really like them. And this one's great because it allows you to have something big that's actually easy to actuate. This one, yeah, no, this is great. This is fantastic. Whoops. This is, yeah, I'm getting the feel of the balance. This one is fantastic because it is easier to index. It is lighter. Let me check the website real quick. Okay, yeah. So this weighs about 6.3 ounces, about half as much as we see on the regular Berserker. And the inside is very well milled out. The pocket clip is not deep carry. That's fine. Not every pocket clip needs to be deep carry, especially when it is a 3D milled textured pocket clip. The design language on this is great. And it says the little Berserker on the blade in that Midgards Messer font. Man, listen, if you are a fan of Persian style blades, you've got to check this out. I happen to know for a fact that these handle scales are designed after a old school pistol. And I always felt like on the bigger one, they might have been a little too large, at least for my regular sized hands. For some of you out there who have like super meaty manly sized hands, you know, I'm talking about the double XLs. The regular Berserker will probably do you just fine. But for the rest of us who have normal sized hands, yeah, no, this is great. These are available right now. They actually just released and they are going for $330. Yeah, but check it out, guys. So earlier this week, Mike from Midgards Messer reached out and he said, hey, I'm going to reactivate your discount code. And by the way, this is the only channel that has one for Midgards Messer. So they reactivated my discount code till December 31st. If you use Rollshambo as a discount code, you can get 10% off anything on the website. That's what I'm talking about.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, man. This is so cool. It's really neat to see just how well a big knife scales down. You know, typically we see a lot of small knives scale up, and sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But it's nice to see what happens when a big knife scales down because it doesn't always work out. But in this case, I actually think that it did. For example, I like the diamond pattern texturing here on the handle scales a bit better than I do on the full-size version. I feel like the ergos are so good. They are solid. They lock in. I'm not feeling any hot spots per se. I will say this, depending upon the size of your hand, your fingers might launch up against this flipper tab. It's not a big deal. It's not what I would consider to be a hot spot, but I could see that if someone had larger than normal sized hands, that could become a little bit difficult. It's okay because you can get a full purchase on these handle scales, no problem. There are no sharp edges on here. All the corners have been perfectly rounded out, rounded down. That's great. That's really quality. Now, I know that this specific one was made by Concept. That was the OEM. I'm not entirely sure if this was made, if the smaller one was made by Concept or through Fox Knives, through their recent partnership with Fox Knives in Italy. I'm not entirely sure. What I can tell you is that no matter who's making it, the quality is good. The materials are good. The fit and finish is good. The action, yeah, the action, really good. Nicely tuned D10. Is it completely guillotine shut? No. At least as of right now, I could potentially loosen this pivot and see. But guys, in case you hadn't noticed, this is not a review. This is an unboxing. I, in fact, need to do a full review of this knife. And so if you want to see that, make sure you hit the subscribe button to get notified when that releases. These are available. They're in limited quantities right now. These are both actually available. So if you're interested in either one of those, I will make sure to link them in the description and in the pinned comment down below. And guys, if you want to watch more awesome knife content, click on one of the videos that pops up next.